You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one is for Silver Spawn, who says, please rant about the album Reread from Kashiwa Daisuke, or if you don't like it, then just the first track, Roar. I listened to the whole album, and I thought it was pretty good. I could swear I had talked about Kashiwa Daisuke somewhere before, because I know that somebody had got me to listen to program music at some point. I don't know if it was for a rant. I couldn't find it. But, having heard that one before, I remember not having been that enthralled with it. I remember comparing it to World's End Girlfriend and just thinking that it kind of seemed a little bit more watered down or less interesting than that. And, it's interesting because this album actually sounds even more like World's End Girlfriend, but I liked it more because rather than being watered down, it's pumped up even higher. This album has just tons and tons of unique samples, odd sounds, crazy glitch shit, and moments where it almost feels like a live kind of feeling. Like there's just so much going on, so many changes to the basic soundscape that it feels like somebody's just playing it in front of you. It's got an intensity to a lot of the tracks. I would actually say the opening track, Roar, was one of my less favorite ones just because, while it did have a really epic feel to it and this building sound, I thought like both structurally and like in terms of what it was trying to accomplish, it was more average. It was something I'd heard before, so to speak. I'd heard that chord progression, heard that style of song, but a lot of the other stuff on the album was way more creative, way more intense and interesting. There's not a lot of slow moments or peaceful moments on this album. It's pretty intense all the way through. Even as there are passages that are pleasant, but a lot of it is more like active and intense. There's a lot of IDM kind of sounds on here, lots of crazy glitch vocal sampling and shit. Overall, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. And also it's interesting that there was, in fact, a World's End Girlfriend cover on this album. So, if the comparison wasn't strong enough already, or a remix, I guess. So, something that was interesting to me, like, I've heard this dude's name said a lot, Kashiwa Daisuke. Like, it's been recommended to me multiple times. Program music seems to come up a lot. Why does this guy not have an English Wikipedia page yet? Is there a reason? Does anybody know? Like, is there a reason it can't be created? There's tons of information about him on, like, Discogs and Last.fm, but nothing on Wikipedia. I just find that really odd. I could actually see myself listening to this album in the future, possibly if I was in the mood for listening to Heartbreak Wonderland for the, 100th time, I might put this on instead. It's different enough that I wouldn't say that they're like the exact same feel. But if anything, the sheer maximalism of this album, the fact that it's like kind of running on all cylinders at all times, appeals to me more strongly than something that has more like, peaks and valleys. Because even if it's like almost always intense, the song structures are all very different from each other, and there's very different sonic palettes in each song. And I would say if there's any one complaint I have, it's that the sonic palettes used here are not necessarily the ones that appeal to me the most, but I still thought a lot of these songs sounded really cool. I particularly liked the one that had like the saxophone solos on it with like a swing beat in the background, and all the like flittering things that come in and out through the song. Sometimes the vocal chopping could be a little bit much. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's more enjoyable than others, but yeah, overall, pretty good album. Glad I gave it a chance, having not been a huge Kashiwa Daisuke fan up until that point.